G'day mates, welcome back to the channel, thanks for watching. This is the next episode of the Guns of Grand Theft Auto 5. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Micro SMG and examining how the gun is used and applied within the game world, where it fits in the world, its real life inspiration, as well as how it performs and operates. The Micro SMG is one of the first fully automatic weapons available to the player in the game world, and it's a very popular choice among the more unsavoury elements of Los Santos' criminal underworld. It is a preferred platform for drive-by shootings, close quarters dust-ups, gang-related firefights and more, being almost universally used by practically every street gang and organised criminal group in the city, and it's often brandished by biker gangs and dope peddlers out in Blaine County as well. To be specific, the weapon is used frequently by the following criminal groups: the Armenian mob, all of the Baller sets, all of the Families sets, all of the Vargos sets, the Chinese Triads, the Korean mob, the Madrazo cartel, the Marabunta Grande, the O'Neill brothers, the Lost Motorcycle Gang, and the Varios Los Aztecas. It's also a commonplace piece of kit among independent and freelance criminals as well, and in addition, it might also be used by members of the Coast Guard while pursuing wanted suspects at sea, and it can even sometimes be seen in the hands of shop clerks defending their livelihoods from armed robbers. The weapon offers an increase in firepower over many of the more typical firearms available to civilians and small-time criminals. Its high fire rate and distinctive rapport allow it to serve as an intimidating force multiplier against ill-prepared foes. The weapon's status as being one of the earliest available machine guns definitely shows in regards to its overall performance. It has a relatively low damage output, with mag dumps being practically required in order to kill a target with body shots. It also has a pretty high rate of fire. The game states it fires between 700 to 900 rounds per minute, but its observed fire rate, according to the wiki, is between 450 and 600 rounds per minute. Couple the firing rate with its standard 16 round magazines, and you'll be reloading this gun more than you're firing it. This makes the extended 30 round magazines a must if you want to use it effectively. But even with extended magazines, reloads are still frequent, meaning that single shots or short bursts are the way to go. If you can score headshots reliably and master your ability to only let off 2 or 3 rounds at a time, you'll be able to employ this weapon to a pretty devastating effect. But if you're less confident in your marksmanship abilities, then you'll probably end up burning through quite a bit of ammo. The range on this weapon is actually fairly substantial for such a compact weapon. You can hit targets and score kills from around 120 meters away, or 394 feet for my Yank friends, with a maximum lock-on range of 55 meters or 180 feet. According to the wiki, the Social Club describes the weapon as having a 21% damage rating, a 60% rating for rate of fire, a 30% accuracy rating, 25% rating for effective range, and a 20% rating for magazine capacity. To make up for its lack of combat prowess, however, the weapon does come with a number of different attachments and features. It can sport a flashlight mounted on the bottom of the handguard, an extended magazine, as previously mentioned, a sound suppressor, and a red dot sight based on the Aimpoint Micro T1. The iron sights aren't too bad, they're serviceable enough, though they can take a bit of getting used to, and they're precise enough when you're dealing with targets that aren't too far away. However, the red dot makes aiming and firing in first person far easier than with just irons. In addition, it's one of the earliest automatic weapons that can be used for drive-by shootings on enemies. Just roll up, stick the gun out the window, and rip a full mag into your target, all from the comfort of your 1984 Nissan shitbox. In summary, the gun is a bit shit, but despite the negatives, there are enough positives to make the weapon viable in the hands of skilled users, and for stealth missions. The Micro SMG is based on the IMI Mini Uzi, which is the compact version of the Uzi. The Uzi is the name given to an Israeli submachine gun family first produced in 1950 by Major Uziel Gal, and has seen combat in a number of the proxy wars and flashpoint conflicts of the Cold War, including Vietnam, the Rhodesian Bush War, and the Falklands War. It has also been reported to have been used during the current Russo-Ukrainian War. It is an open bolt, blowback operated weapon, and features a telescoping bolt, which allows for the magazine to be housed in the pistol grip in order to shorten the weapon. The weapon's imposing silhouette has helped it to become instantly recognisable, and this earned it a place on the silver screen for many years, especially after Arnold Schwarzenegger performed that iconic gun store scene in the first Terminator film. The Mini Uzi itself was first introduced in 1980 and features a folding stock 8-inch barrel and is typically chambered for the 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge, though Uzi variants for different calibers are numerous. The in-game model, for the most part, accurately reflects the appearance of a real-life Mini Uzi. However, the in-game model appears to be missing the grip safety and has an incorrect reciprocating charging handle. The charging handle of the real Uzi is non-reciprocating. It is depicted in the correct location, however, on top of the receiver. The in-game weapon is manufactured by Shrewsbury and, according to the markings, is chambered for the erroneous 45 ACB cartridge. This is likely a reference to the 45 ACP round. An Uzi chambered in 45, however, would have a lower magazine capacity of 22 rounds at most. Speaking of magazine capacity, 45 caliber Uzis could be used with 12, 16 or 22 round mags, meaning the base capacity would be correct for a 45. However, the extended magazine is incorrect for both the 9mm and 45 caliber Uzis. A 9mm typically feeds from 32 round magazines, with 30 rounders not being offered, and for a 45 this is not entirely inaccurate actually. Though 22 round mags were typically the largest, a conversion kit was produced to allow Uzis to use the 30 round magazines from the M3 grease gun. Whether it's supposed to be a 45 or a 9mm is unclear, but what is clear is that it really should not be ejecting 5.56 NATO casings. For some reason, a majority of the guns in GTA 5 do this. I forgot to mention this in the pistol video, and I most likely won't call attention to it again in the future. And that brings us to our summary. For all intents and purposes, it's a low-end weapon that should ideally be replaced with a better alternative as soon as possible. However, it'll serve adequately while you do have it on hand, and it can still do the work it's intended for, despite its overall low capabilities. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this newest episode. In the next episode, we'll most likely be taking a look at the assault rifle, or the AK variant. If there are any other guns you might want me to cover, give me a shout in the comments and I'll take a look. Old mate who requested I cover the Draco. Don't worry, I'll have that in the works as soon as I finish covering the basic offerings. To everyone else, once again, thanks for watching and have a good one. Cheers, mates.